Hey there, and welcome to another video from the Talkin' Apple guys and the Talkin' Apple podcast. Find out on iTunes. Subscribe now. Today we're going to talk about this little app called Worldictionary. So let's get right on it. Worldictionary is a great little app that you can get for the iPhone or for the iPod Touch or even for the iPad, even though it is really formatted for an iPhone sort of size screen. It basically, translates things. It's an app that, given something that you see, whether on the street, we'll be using here just the cover from a DVD series, or anything you can basically put your camera to, it will translate into pretty much any language that you wish it to. Now we're going to talk about a few of the many features of this app. Let's start by the languages that it supports. For example, if you go here, it supports languages from Google, from Bing, or from its own basic vocabulary. One thing that I find missing in this particular app is that it depends on your connection to the internet to get those dictionaries. It only loads offline dictionaries for English and Chinese. So you really need an internet connection to get this to work. You can buy other dictionaries and these will stay offline, but they are only for Chinese, English Chinese, and also Chinese Japanese. These will cost you £1.49 each if you want to purchase that as an in-app purchase. But let's get back into the app. When we go back, let's go back here and try and translate something. Let's say we have here English and Portuguese. There's a handy button on the side which will let you swap between the two, which is quite useful. Okay, so I'm going to try and translate something English here onto Portuguese. Now, I happen to speak both those languages, so let's try and translate something here, say bones. The app will automatically use the camera's focus, autofocus features to get exactly to the right parameters there, and you can see that's translated that very easily, bones. When you click on the word that you want, it also allows you to either press a button for it to speak that word, speak in the language that was originally there on the thing that you took the picture of, the thing that you're pointing the camera at. Or you can also click this button over here so you can share that translation. You can also bookmark. There you go, add to bookmark successfully. There's also options for Google, so you can go straight to a web search on Google. You can do a Wikipedia search for that particular word and search on YouTube for something with those keywords. Now, if I want the whole sentence translated instead of just a word, the app can do that as well. But you can't do that on the fly. So to do that, you need to grab the phrase that you want. Okay, so let's try and get this as straight as possible here. Tap. There you go. Now it's taking a picture of it. You can still press, I'm taking this away, you can still press any of the words and it will translate them right there. But I want the whole sentence. So for that to happen, we'll press this button over here on the far left hand side. Again, you've given the option to either take another picture or let's just use the one that we've just taken. There we go. That's nice. Now, again, you can still tap any of the words and it'll translate it in this page as well. But let's press sentence and go into dentist. The dentist phrase. There we go. That's nicely cropped. Recognize the dentist in the ditch. Okay, let's translate that with the translate button. Perfect. That's very good Portuguese actually. And you can actually press here to hear the phrase either in Portuguese or in English.
The dentist in the ditch.
And
O dentista na vala.
I don't know how well you can hear that, but actually That's a nice Brazilian Portuguese translation over there. I have noticed that you have to be very aligned with the phrase that you want. You have to take a picture so that the angle is absolutely spot on. Otherwise, it can get things wrong. But if you have a steady hand, then I'm sure you'll get it. There's a couple of things the app can do that I haven't mentioned. For example, you can go straight into a search for a word instead of taking a picture of looking at one. Let's say I want to translate the word ball. And it goes straight there and it knows that the Portuguese is bola. Great. Now, there are a couple of things that I think the app could do slightly better. I'm not a fan of the UI. There's certain things that perhaps could be changed, but really when you want a translation done, you're not too bothered about that. You really just want the thing to get you out of a mess, perhaps if you're abroad and you don't understand the language. Another thing that I wish the app could do was to actually translate sentences straight from this screen. Say you tap, well, I would like something that will allow me to translate the sentence right there. At the moment, you would have to go to this button and grab the picture, and then the button for sentence would appear. I just hope that the button would appear, straight there in this screen. But that's a small little complaint that I have. The app is very, very good. You can find it on an app store for £2.49, which is an excellent price when you think about the dictionaries that you get. 25, if I'm not mistaken, with Bing, 26 with Google, and of course you can buy the Chinese and the Japanese if you want for £1.49, if I'm not mistaken. So there it is. It's a review from the WorldDictionary app. Again, find it on the App Store. We've been Talking Apple. Check out our podcast on iTunes, Talking Apple UK. Well, it's nice to see you. Bye-bye.